Hello there, welcome to Five Figures. Today I'm looking at some Marvel Legends that I feel just get a bad rap. They just, I don't know, for some reason or another, they just sit on shelves, and they're better than lame. There's some of those lame ones I've looked at before. These are ones that are really cool, but are still sitting on shelves. I just think they're underrated. I just think we kind of overlooked these when they came out and how good they were. First I'm looking here is Thundra. The main problem with this figure, and I think the reason why she kind of gets overlooked when we look at good Marvel Legends, has to do with her hip articulation, which is weird. To line up the hips, you match up the paint on the side, obviously, and from that position she will not kick forward. You have to rotate that, then she can kick forward, and then you have this weird gap there. And that is why I think this figure gets like kind of knocked hard. And, you know, it's a shame because this is gorgeous. The head sculpt is gorgeous. Upper arms, all this stuff, gorgeous. Very well executed. And it's just this one weird thing they did with the hips, which I don't know why they made this decision. But normally the ball joint for hip comes from this way and connects so that so that they can kick forward. And on her, they come directly from the top. It's a bad design, and I'm sure that's why this figure gets, gets left on the shelf. They had piles of these. You could probably still go to a Walgreens or something and still find Thundra or maybe a few others from this line just hiding on the shelf somewhere. But, you know, all in all, it's quite a beautiful figure. And it is a massive female figure for what we're used to getting. We're used to getting stuff like Spider-Woman here, and you can see how much bigger she is. So, yeah, I just feel like I get it, but I also think that, you know, those joints aside, this is a great release. It's just that particular issue with it was just one of those deals. I also noticed that I had her elbow backwards, and that's why I couldn't get the elbow crunch that I was trying to get. Anyway, that's her. If I can get her to stand, there we go. All right, so I mentioned her. We'll look at Spider-Woman next. Spider-Girl, whatever. Not familiar at all with this character design. Never read any comics with her. But you got to admit, it looks sharp. And this thing is peg warming was, all over the place. I think I got this one, well, I paid full retail for this, but since then I've seen her like everywhere for like discount prices, trying to clearance her out, get rid of her, multiples of her. For some reason, just her in this wave, she just didn't move. I can't even remember what wave she was in or what the Build-A-Figure was, but I just remember she was not the popular one from that wave, which is a shame because I really think it's a beautiful figure, done amazingly well. Sunglasses come off, go back on. I mean, you don't always get figures with glasses. The torso design and paint and sculpt and everything I thought was great. I thought it was a really good, strong figure. But apparently that's just not an opinion that was highly shared. She just kind of, everywhere. Next up, I'm going to look at Hercules. I got my Hercules for $5 because they were clearancing them out, and there was a pile of them. And I got him, and I'm like, why? He's great. He's got, they painted hair all over him, all over his chest. He's got great leg articulation. He's got great torso crunch. Awesome accessories. He's got like this thing that straps to his back, like a mace. He came with a couple of different fists. Now, he does have kind of the man bun thing going on, but you know what? Herc can make it work because, you know, he's got that strap thing for his face helmet, shield, whatever that is. I don't know. I just thought he was really well done. And I still see him plunking around in bargain areas, and I just don't get it. I don't get why. He was a really strong release, actually. Maybe it's just the character of who they are, but I know most action figure collectors, myself mainly, and you know, a lot of us out there, we buy based on the coolness of the action figure, not necessarily how much we know about the character. And I think that's true with a lot of Marvel Legends people, because I mean, there's a cajillion Marvel Legends out there that I don't know until I get the Marvel Legends. I've never heard of this character. All right, I will give her this. That hip movement thing is really, really annoying, especially when you're trying to stand her. All right, so next up, I'm going to look at Bulldozer. Now, he is probably more well-regarded than the others. He's part of the Wrecking Crew, but they still had a lot of these on the shelves when I bought this one, and I always thought that was weird because I was like, this dude rocks. He's amazing. He's better than the Build-A-Figure from this wave, which is, I think, the Ultron wave. He's like an older body mold, too, and I don't really get it, but he's got that weird thigh rotation, too, so you have to, like, rotate the top ball of his thigh in order to get him to kick forward. And he has toe articulation, which has got to be some sort of throwback from another time. He's sculpted everywhere. He's just amazing. His paintwork on his metal and his shields and everything, fantastic. So I don't know how this wasn't like such. I mean, this should have been like, this was the golden figure from the line in this wave, in my opinion. He's absolutely awesome. I just don't understand, you know. He gets credit for being a cool figure from that line, but not near what he should. I mean, that thing is absolutely astounding. Next up, we got Wasp. I still see her parked everywhere. Thundra, I'm going to put you on the list. Don't freaking stand. Do it. All right, you're laying down fine. All right, so this Wasp figure, essentially the same body mold as one of the earlier Wasp figures, but they gave us a different head sculpt. And it was part of like the retro release card line. And for some reason, like when Toys R Us shut down, this was like the only one from that line they had left. They had like tons of Wasp figures. I don't really get that because I am a huge fan of this Wasp body and design. I mean, this is before they started like really skinnying up their girls. She's got the thick thighs. She's got the thick rear end, lower half. You know, they actually made like a woman with some meat on her bones. And I like, look at these. Look at the difference. I mean, there's a pretty big difference there. Leg thickness and everything. Anyway, this Wasp figure has curves, has appeal, and I mean, look at it. It just poses amazingly. And I don't know why there was just so many of these piled around. It's like nobody was interested, which I just think was weird because I get the costumes maybe a little more obscure, but it is a really fantastic figure. She is hard to stand. I will give that to these two girls. They are a pain in the ass to stand, but they're going to do it right there. So anyway, these are just Marvel Legends that, man, I know they're okay, they're good, but I really feel like they don't get the credit they deserve. I think they're all better than peg warming, you know, bargain bin stuff. And honestly, I think Bulldozer is the only one I had to pay full retail for, and that's because Target wasn't going to clearance him. They just had him sitting there. So I don't know. That's a little weird because I think she's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. This Hercules, I mean, look at the lion on his belt. He's awesome. Anyway, I kind of get why Thundra here was maybe not so popular. The more I remember these hip joints, but still, the sheer bulk size of this female figure, I mean, she's huge. She's almost as tall as Bulldozer. It's awesome. Anyway, I know she's taller than Hercules. So, yeah, I don't know why these got kind of overlooked or unloved or tossed in the bargain bin, but I'd say most of these did. And so, anyway, I just wanted to give them a shout out and, you know, maybe defend them a little bit because they're better than I think most of us think we were. All right, well, that's all I got. I'm going to let you guys go. I got to go. Catch you later. Bye.